all. Well, how are you? Welcome back. I am Manjita and thank you for watching me and following me. I just love you guys and I love your comments, and I'm getting amazing and inspiring emails from you, and I am so happy to see that I am able to help you succeed in your English speaking journey. And as you know that I take personal one-on-one online coaching for spoken English, confidence building and personality development. If you're interested, write me at learnenglishwithmanjita@gmail.com. Well, today's topic is quite interesting and important. As you know that I have already done videos on IELTS speaking, reading and listening. So the only one left was writing, and I have been getting requests about these from a lot of you guys. So here I am giving you some power-packed tips of how to score more than 8 bands in IELTS writing. First things first, it's simple. Yes, it's simple. So don't panic. No point fretting over it. I am sure you've done your research and you're aware that in both academic and general IELTS, you have 2 tasks. That is task 1 and task 2. Task 1 for academic will have your bar charts or your pie chart or any form of chart or a diagram which is related to data. And the second one will have an essay. In the general IELTS, part 1, that is task 1, will be about writing a letter. And the second one will have an essay. So I'm sure that you have seen a lot of videos and done all your preparations or are doing your preparations of how to attack or attempt part 1 or part 2. Now, once you've done those things, these tips will definitely help you. So get everything together and ensure that you are quite confident, and keep these tips and tricks in mind so that you are able to deliver fantastically on the day of the final IELTS writing test section. Let's start with the first tip, and that is read your questions thoroughly. Well, I personally would advise that to read your questions twice, because it's very important for you to understand that how many parts are there in the question, and you have to answer all the parts in it. Don't be in a hurry and answer just one part of it or 2 parts of it. Alright? So read carefully. There is no harm giving another 5 seconds or another 8 seconds to it and reading it again and understanding what the examiner is actually asking you in that question, or how many things the examiner is actually asking you. So remember to answer each portion of the question, and this is very important. Okay? Second tip, and that is don't jump into writing instantly. Yes, if you give that break of just 1 second or 2 seconds, pause, think what you will write and then write, then your writing will be much faster because you already know, or you have kind of formed what will you write. Okay? And if you just jump into it, maybe you'll scribble, you'll scratch, you'll think, oh, I should have written this way. You're wasting time, my friend, and time is of an essence. That gets me to my third point, and that is time is essential. You know that it has a set time frame. You know that task 1 will require around 150 words and task 2 will require around 250 words, right? So you do a back calculation and time yourself that how will I start writing my paras? How would I plan my paras? That's a paragraph. So it's very simple, and that is you should know your writing speed. Do not rush, do not scribble, because your writing has to be legible. A word which cannot be read will be marked wrong. So it's better to spend time in writing and try increasing your writing speed. I know a lot of us who are taking the general training aren't students, and we have stopped writing years ago, because thanks to the computer and the laptop, and when I took the pen to start writing, I realized my speed has gone for a toss. So yes, it's a time for you to take your pen and start writing. Get the flexibility of writing on a paper with a pen, because it's all about writing, right? So get your speed back and you would understand that comfortably how many words do you take to write in a minute. Ideally, we use around 10 words in a sentence. So if you do a calculation, you'll require around, for 150, you require around 15 sentences to write. You break your sentences. If you are having a 3-para or 4-para, break it accordingly. So it's very simple a calculation, right? Don't waste your time counting the letters or the words in it. Now we move on to the next section, and that is an important tip. Do not repeat your words, because there has to be a flavor into what you're writing, right? So what do we do in that case? Because if the idea is the same and we are trying to explain a similar thing, and if you don't use the same word, what do? Any guesses? Simple, use synonyms. Yes, so try learning as much as vocabulary is possible. Try knowing the synonyms of whatever word you're explaining or describing. If you're writing happy, then don't write happy again. Say amazed, then you can write, say, joyful, then you can say mesmerized, or then, so these are the words you would use to understand that yes, the examiner knows that you're repeating the same thing, but with a different usage of words, the examiner knows that you are expressing the idea in multiple words, so your vocabulary is strong. Okay, with this, let's come to the next point, and that is focus on your spellings, because it's not a computer which will do your spell check. So get your spellings right. These 3 things will definitely help you forming your sentences correctly, because as I said, if your sentences are not in the correct grammar, then of course it's not worth writing that. Okay, so slow and steady, step by step, try making sentences. If you think that your English is not so strong, then make simple sentences but with correct grammar. If you're confident about your grammar and if you're confident about your English, then try making complex sentences, right? Instead of using 2 or 3 simple sentences, club them together and make a complex sentences. But at the same time, by complex sentence, I don't mean make an incorrect sentence to impress the examiner, because it should not backfire you, right? Well, an important point, which is the next point for us, is how would you write your paragraphs? And that is, try using topic sentences. Yes, topic sentences for each paragraph will help the examiner to understand what that para would be about, and it would also help you to just elaborate another 2-3 lines about the topic sentence which you have mentioned. Now, a topic sentence would be, each para would be dedicated to a particular idea or a topic you're talking about, and that should be very clear, ideally in the first line of your paragraph. All right, so it guides you that yes, I have to explain this particular topic. It shows that you are thinking clearly, coherently, and you know your meat well. Secondly, it helps the examiner to understand what are you actually talking about in that. All right, it does not let the examiner get confused and lost and then give you poor marks. Okay, the next important point, which is very, very common, I would say, and that is, please avoid contractions. And these are the words like don't, won't, can't. Okay, instead use formal words. Do not, cannot, will not. Okay, so use it in a formal language form, because of course it's a formal writing. Please avoid any form of informal words or dialect or form of writing at this point in time. Okay, well guys, that's all, and remember, IELTS is very simple. All it requires is a bit of patience and practice and dedication. Don't sweat over it. It's just an exam, and with you and me together, we will definitely crack it. All right, so you are my rock star, you're aware of that, and all the very best for your writing section. Bye bye, take care, and do check out my other videos on the other sections of IELTS. I listed down below so that you will be a champion soon. Bye bye, and let me know that what else would you like me to make a video on. Like, subscribe, and please share with those who can benefit from it. Bye. Take care.